up, guys? We wouldn't do. Welcome back to the Wheat Field, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, welcome to you too. This is your girl Lottie here at Tears of Taro Show. When you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. Whew. We need to get comfortable, beloved. We are called to bring a reading, right? We have the 48 Laws of Power, or the Laws of Human Nature, rather, by the same author that did the 48 Laws of Power. And we went to dinner. It was so good. We ended up at a Mexican restaurant that we have been eyeballing, and when I say the food was super good, beloved, really authentic. So glad that the Spirit led us to go to that place and have the experience. It was so cute too. They had a little mariachi band and good happy hour. I had a margarita. It was great. And then I met a person there. He was pretty cool. His name was Rob, and he bought me a beer. And that was pretty much as it was. But it was like, just a experience of having a conversation and exchanging pleasantries, the whole thing. Welcome, Wheat. Welcome to the Wheat Field. Welcome to you. We have the 48 law, or the laws of human nature, and we were studying on law number 8, which is change your circumstances by changing your attitude. So hopefully you guys can see that. And we got some notes that the Spirit gave us. Is on the law of self-sabotage. And what was underlined was, we blame others for mistakes and fail to learn from them. If we feel hostile or suspicious, we make others feel such emotions in our presence. And it says the human attitude, however, is malleable. By making our attitude more positive, open, and tolerant of other people, we can spark a different dynamic. We can learn from adversity, create opportunities out of nothing, and draw people to us, which I thought was pretty awesome, because on our way to the restaurant, we was like driving up the road, and it was like this guy in his truck, and he was driving real erratic, and it was starting to affect our attitude. Like, we allowed ourselves to become like irritated by the way this guy was driving, like all up on our bumper, and then like trying to switch lanes, and the traffic was heavy. It was like, dude, where are you going? Nobody can go any faster because it's like congestion. So like, it doesn't make any difference like how you're driving like in this way to try to get around people when there was just nowhere to go. But lo and behold, we ended up missing our turn because we were so distracted by this dude that was driving so erratic. Had to turn around and go back. But the good thing about it is that when we got to the restaurant, it was a parking spot like right at the front, like the first spot. So I was like, even though we had allowed ourselves to get like a little bit irritated by this person that was just being so erratic, affecting our attitude, allowing ourselves to be affected, the first spot was still available. So it was something about, still arriving on time and being in the position that you were supposed to be in first, beloved. So that was kind of neat. This whole story on this law of human nature, chapter 8, changing our attitude and becoming, a little bit more tolerant, is about this young person who had a really, really hard, beginning. Like, their father was very abusive. The mother did not have enough, perseverance or stamina or spiritual strength to be able to stop what was happening. And the boy actually grew up in such a way where he like kind of blamed his father for all the hardships. But he ended up coming to a disposition where he kind of like, got some distance between him and his family, and it changed his attitude. He was able to see things a little bit more clearly. Like, the father had actually grew up in a way where like he was abused, and he was taught to like beat children because that's how you get them to come into submission, learn respect, and grow up to be like these respectable citizens. and he developed a sense of compassion, for the father and for his family. And he ended up, reconnecting after having some distance and some space. And his attitude and disposition actually helped everybody else out. And it was like through his ability to observe the hypocrisy that really changed things for him and gave him the ability to develop his own tenacity. And so it really gave us the lesson of, the test of our willpower so that we can expand ourselves, is what I was getting from this lesson. Like, oftentimes, we experience a lot of things that are tough, and our limitations are always being tested, being met with all of these situations and events and circumstances that really press our limits. And when we are open to that with the right type of attitude and the right type of disposition, we again are able to expand our own limitations. And our expansion, you could be the only one. Like, this individual was the only one in their family, right, who was able to see things differently. But being able to pull back, get this change in attitude, change of perspective, change of how they operated within self, they were able to come back into the family unit and affect change and help everybody else. And I mean, this person like touched everybody in their immediate family unit and help them become better to expand themselves, beloved. So you could be one of those people, like the only one to see things differently, to be able to see and observe the hypocrisy, understand and like get to the root cause of things, and then change your own disposition to make a difference, right? So somebody said no one's listening, but there's 2 likes and 5 people. So obviously that somebody is listening, right? They may not be a type of person that can change their disposition, but that's the norm, right? It's not everybody who gets it. It's usually just that one person that's like either the black sheep. You can be considered that the golden child, right? And you are the person that's able to take on these lessons and affect change, right? So that's what I'm getting. Arcturian light codes. Somebody may have some futuristic thinking, right? Thinking futuristically, being able to see beyond the immediate, being observant and understanding how your presence can change things. Somebody that's like an evolutionary. And I'm also getting evolutionary downloads. So you can have a connection to the spirit and receive, downloads and messages that will help out others, people that are in your family unit, people that are in your immediate community, right? And this person actually became an author, and they were able to affect others based on, their own learning and growth and observation. So I thought it was a really, really, really cool lesson in this book. Again, if anybody is interested, right? The laws of human nature, and we are talking about chapter 8, which is on self-sabotage and how sometimes our own attitude can work against us. But you can definitely change your attitude and it will work for you, beloved. So let's jump into the tarot, to these cards, and see what the spirit wants to bring. Is definitely some scattered ingredients. And we're not for sure what the meal that the Most High God is creating, but we know that this Crisco is thick. It starts slow. It's cold. Like, again, that old school Crisco. We got to get out the can and into the pan, and the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, going to come in and turn the heat up. Get to cooking. What we cooking up? Well, a little bit of what? Be mindful of your attitude. See karmic releases and radical transformation. You could be that one in your family unit to see things differently, to help release some sort of karmic energy, like whether it is karmic debts, whether it's something that was placed on the family, because that's exactly what this person had experienced. Now, understanding that, parents are people and they went through shit, and their shit that they went through creates their own disposition and their attitudes, beloved. And oftentimes that trickles down into the children. Like, kids don't come with instruction manuals, they just don't. And people parent from what they know, whether they learned something different or they didn't. But as children who have grown up in those conditions, we have the ability to look at our own disposition, all of the lessons that we've learned, and determine how we are going to move forward. Like you could have grown up in I'm talking about extreme hardships, or just the environment was harsh, but how you take those lessons could help you release some karma, right? It could lead you to a radical transformation. And your transformation could help others in your family unit, in your community to transform too. You never know what you were born, why you were born in that area, or what you were called to do. That's what Spirit is saying. Angel of balance is here. See, you could be an angel that has come to balance something out within your family and within your community. And understanding, the laws of human nature, how people develop their disposition, their attitude, how certain things are passed down through the family, is critical for change, for radical transformation. Appreciation. That person did develop a sense of appreciation, right? Because they end up doing some phenomenal things. I mean, like incredible things. Like they impacted like society on a grand level. And that impact wouldn't have been there if they hadn't experienced what they did, right? So I'm thinking about how the hardships of our environment and the things that we experience, kind of build us. Again, testing our limitations, building tenacity and flexibility, testing our willpower and helping to grow us. We even helping us to determine or discover our passion and our purpose, and what all that does to help the macrocosm, the greater community. See, storm warnings, the storms that we go through in life, your ability to persevere through them, and the learning, the development that comes out of it. How does it move us, not only personally, but spiritually, and oftentimes kind of pave the way for our profession, right? I'm getting a trickle down effect, but also like a building up element. See, door to spirit is here. The door to the spirit. I'm feeling like, oftentimes the storms push us into the spirit, right? In that spiritual space, we develop ourselves, right? We are able to see ourselves from a different perspective. We are able to see life and our environment differently, and figure out how we can impact the whole, right? Look, even leading to prosperity, even leading to prosperity. Because who would think, people who come from such humble beginnings, suffering a lot of hardship, whether it is different forms of abuse or neglect, that actually turn out to be such major contributors to society, releasing their families from generational curses, or, some sort of karmatic debt, learning those lessons, and then resetting the terrain for future generations going forward. Right. I'm feeling somebody has that capability. Like you are the one that's called in your family to do that thing. And you are to use the storm in order to kind of garner some sort of strength to move forward. I'm getting this storm, right? Like, and you being able to manage it, like you being one of the ones that are not swept up in it. Like you find a way to stay rooted and stay grounded and to see clearly as everything is kind of swirling. And as you can see clearly, despite of everything raging and being some out of order and chaos and turbulence, you are actually able to help others ground themselves and move forward. Thank you to the Most High God. Yes. So somebody could be an earth sign, right? I'm getting, earth here. Earth sign could be prevalent, or whatever it is that you do is definitely going to be lucrative. Like you're going to be able to make money as you are helping other people. I'm also seeing, somebody who's very gracious and somebody who's very giving. Not only giving of their, their money, finances, but giving of the spirit, right? Their mindset, their intellect, all the things that really help you grow and prosper, beloved. Yes, we did pull the card of destiny. The wheel of fortune is here. We do see the chariot, right, moving forward. We also see the seven of pentacles, like working and working and working and trying to harvest, right? And that could have been like past generations, people working and working and putting a lot of effort, but not really seeing the fruits of their labor, almost feeling stuck. And you could be the person that really comes along and move things forward, to change things, to change the fortune, change the luck that's on the family, is what I'm getting. You are the one to move things forward, because for some reason you are able to see things differently. Look, see, we got the high priestess. Look, Five of Pentacles lost, Four of Pentacles, and we see the Queen of Cups. Somebody that's very loving, somebody that's giving, that pours out a lot of emotion, and dedicated, committed to some sort of work. And I'm getting moving your lineage forward. Right. I definitely am picking up this stuck energy. Like, money might have been scarce, trying to hold on, penny pinching, some sort of isolation is here. Like feeling like left out in the cold. Somebody's family may even face homelessness at one point in time. Again, I'm just getting a lot of financial distress. And what comes along with this can be heavy, especially when people are worried about finances and how they're going to make it, what type of frustration and anger and other things that come along with this. People could fall into addictions, they could fall into ways to soothe themselves, right? And that definitely can have an impact on others within the family. But see, I'm getting is this high priestess energy. You are designed to see things differently, having secrets revealed, how to manage the storm or to even use its energy to make things better for yourself and for others. That's what I'm getting. See, King of Swords, some sort the intellect, planning, and future outlook, future thinking is what I'm getting. Yeah, Queen of Wands is here. I'm getting confidence. I'm getting assertiveness. I'm getting leadership. I'm also getting a connection to the spirit. Like somebody who has, I'm almost getting an outward point of view, or like a otherworldly point of view. Is something about your perspective that's different. Somebody that's observant. Like you can almost sit in like a watcher position and make changes within self that would affect others. See, a star energy. Somebody that's very different, like the one that's set aside, the one that is designed to rise above. And as you ascend, your mindset, the way that you have come to operate, you are able to help others. I'm getting this secrets revealed, high priestess. I'm getting spiritual vision. I'm getting intuition. Yeah, it's something about you. You may have been a person that was very daydreamy. You know what I mean? I'm getting that forward planning, futuristic thinking, like dreaming another world into being, seeing various different options. That is not just what's placed in front of you, right? No, because you could be seeing a whole lot of hardship. You could be seeing, again, addictions. You could be seeing abuse. You could be seeing violence. You could be seeing all these different things that's like in your immediate purview based on your environment. But your mind's eye, your intuition, your spiritual eye sees something very different, and you are able to tap into that mindset and move forward to deliver. I am hearing deliver people from their mindset based on you changing your mindset. Like your attitude is infectious. You are the person to help people see things differently. And your effect on your family, I get, is significant, or even your community at large. You are somebody that's to help people move forward. Chariot. Yeah, see, a family. Family. Hey, Queen, welcome. Welcome to you. I'm definitely getting your impact on your family. See, that's the truth, right? Knight of Pentacles, somebody that's steady, dedicated, that's committed. And you are doing this, not only do I get distance, so somebody could have spent some time away from family and then return, or this spiritual journey that you are on is definitely going to affect your family. As you see things differently, you are able to affect others from with that purview. And again, where some may have, self-sabotage, you may help them heal and repair, to release some sort of karma, to have some sort of transformation. It's definitely the way that you see things, the way that you understand the truth, the simple truth, the way that you observe things. And I'm getting something very balancing, very healing, understanding how to follow your own light, the hermit energy, and helping other people understand that about themselves too. Look, the world card, changing things, right? A successful end, like ending an old cycle and moving into like a whole different realm is what I'm getting. But people have to make their own decisions. They do. They have to decide for themselves. It's definitely not your position to change anybody else. You can only present them with the information or be the example that they see, and they can choose to come along. Now, when I look at this spread, I do see something very significant because we have the star, which is one major arcana, the world, which is two, the hermit is three, temperance is four, and the high priestess is five. It's five major arcanas out here. So I'm definitely getting somebody with maybe like something like a spiritual calling over their life. Again, to be that one, to be that black sheep, the golden child out of the family, to help people see things differently. You can change the direction, you can change the wheel by changing self, your own disposition. See, King of Wands. Again, somebody that's a leader, that is spiritually tapped in, right? That understands the position that they are in and their effect on those that they are leading. To lead by example, beloved. That's what I'm getting. Leading by example. Anything else in here, Spirit? Say no. The Sun. Look, another major arcana, helping people see. And I'm getting that child, like you are a chosen child to lead your family forward, right? It's something in terms of your disposition, something that was putting you spiritually so that you see things differently, you experience it differently, you understand it differently. And those differences, I'm getting, will permeate or radiate throughout your family, your greater community. Modern Love Tarot. Definitely see the Chariot, somebody that's helping moving people. I can't make it up. Crack right on the Sun, beloved, that golden child. And I'm getting, these two spiritual birds, like it's something about the spirit being with you, a sense of enlightenment, something that you're supposed to do, right? I'm definitely getting fire energy off of you. Look, I can't make it up. The star, crack right on that. The star is already out here. So there's two affirmations, the Sun and the Star card that we've already pulled, right, is re-representing itself. That somebody is that light, right? Whether you're a light in the dark sky, whether you eliminate the day, either way, you are a light for people to follow. And it's something about your disposition and your attitude, the way that you observe life itself, being a watcher of it, not just a participant, but an observer. And when you can see things clearly from a different position or perspective, you can change self. And as you change, other people will end up changing. You lead by example. Tower moments. That's like that storm warning that's down there, right? So definitely getting, a lot of chaos and conflicts. I'm getting, a harsh environment. I'm getting, things could have changed in your home environment suddenly, right? Or you could have been, received a revelation suddenly for somebody. Yeah, Nine of Cups is here. I'm getting wish fulfillment. Again, that karmic release and this transformation is going to lead to wish fulfillment. Struggling, like releasing the burdens, right? Learning how to do things differently, how to see life differently. I'm getting everything working together for your great, beloved. Like, again, that appreciation. You end up appreciating the struggle because you see what it did for you in terms of building tenacity. We're getting Seven of Wands coming through, blocking things out. I'm getting negativity, right? Instantly, I felt blocking out negativity. I'm getting coming to alignment, working together, teamwork, collaboration. Hangman, the ability to see things from a different perspective. See, whatever the struggle and the chaos, right? The conflict, the battles that were present, seeing them differently. And then moving towards healing. Four of Swords, healing, right? I'm getting spiritual strength, strengthening you as a person. You kind of being like a cornerstone of backbone, right? You may end up being the person that people come to, they look to for advice because for some reason you just seem to know things. You have a different outlook, leaning on your intuition and your connection to the spirit. Hopefully it's resonating for somebody. I appreciate each and every one. See, I can't make it up. High Priestess. You would be the one that people come to because you have this knowledge and you have a lot of love. It's something about coming to you that where they experience love. Y'all see all them hearts up there on the top of the doorway? I've never paid attention to that. And this person happens to be surrounded by a lot of books. I'm definitely getting a lot of knowledge, right? The pomegranate, the fruit, what you have to give is very nourishing, right? But it's a different type of fruit. It's not just like, a regular apple or like a red apple or a green apple. It's a pomegranate. It's something definitely different, so it's not the same tradition. It is not, the same knowledge that has been passed down. You are designed to see things different. I'm getting an observer of life. And as you observe and you sit on this different type of, not an outsider, but it's almost like being able to look at it from an outsider perspective, even though you're in the middle of it. And for somebody, you were able to put some distance between you and the chaos that you grew up in. See, and you came back with a different type of knowingness, a different type of mindset, a different skill set, different ideas, different inspirations. And you are able to bring people along with you. It's like, to them it would be interesting. Again, people would want to come to you and like kind of tap your mind and see what it is that you would do. How will we balance this out? How can I overcome this situation? What advice do you have to give me on this? Almost like auntie or uncle kind of vibes, but you may not be in that age. I'm picking up somebody that may not be like an elder in the family, but your disposition and your spiritual connection almost makes you an elder, like a designated type of elder energy. See, you somebody that's younger, Page of Pentacles, but you have an elder spirit. I'm getting elder energy, but you're younger. World card is showing up again. That's another synchronicity. You will be moving your family through another gateway, like a successful completion or starting another successful cycle, almost like affecting this generation to change things for the next generation. Again, I can't make it up. Healing, right? Healing in this generation so that you can make change for the next generation. And it's all about releasing karma and transformation. things radically changing from what it was to what it could be, because you're a person that sees what it could be, not just what it is. Not just what it is, but what it could be. This one and this one. This and this. Yeah. Look, we have anxiety and regret. Anxiety. We see regret. Five of Cups energy. Unable to change the past. Stress, worry, right? Yeah, that's definitely a heavy energy. Is this week? Yeah. See, that could be what you grew up seeing. Broken situations, things that didn't work out, like one situation over another situation over another situation. People who are stressed, like very stressed, high tension type of environments, right? And you, for some reason, were able to see things differently. I'm feeling again somebody that ended up getting a little bit of distance, whether you moved away or was left behind, but there's some sort of sense of separation that allowed you to see things differently. Look, Justice, that's another major arcana. You're the person to bring balance, to balance things out using your intellect, the way that you see things, a sense of clarity, right? And we do see the Knight, again, like quick decision making, like I'm getting your intellect. It's very, very keen, a very keen intellect. And the way that you see things, again, is significant. Yeah, that's that Knight. I'm getting opportunities, Ace of Pentacles here. Anything else in here? Yes. I'm getting called to this Nine of Swords, Five of Cups. Something in the past. Like maybe for somebody as a child, they experienced a lot of stress and regret. Like something that they feel like, I'm hearing that you didn't get. Right? And it could have been some sense of emotion or emotional support. Right? But despite the stress and the lack of support, I feel like you're a person that still, again, was able to come back and forgive and give out compassion. Like, again, like we started, parents are people and they go through shit. And if you are able to see things differently or from their perspective, what they had been through and what they were struggling with, yeah, see, that's that King of Wands energy. A leader, a spiritual leader. And we see Knight of Wands as well. Two Wands. So fire sign could be significant. Somebody could be a fire sign, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be significant. But I'm getting somebody who is a spiritual leader or some sort of leader, a leader in the family, in a community, having a deep spiritual connection. And you may have come into it spontaneously, like you didn't anticipate this being your role in the family. See, we see Five of Wands here and the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is already on the table. But I'm saying, look, somebody, getting in the car and moving away. Chaos and conflict, arguments, stress, tension. I'm getting for somebody, you may have had to put some distance between yourself and your family, your community, but you did come back. And when you came back, you had a different disposition. Being an observant rather than just a participant. See, here's the Five of Pentacles. We already have that out. So we've just seen the 4 and the 5, which is re-representing itself. I'm getting lost, some sort of isolation. Again, somebody's family could have been played. Yeah, I'm getting somebody's family could have faced homelessness. Even, somebody may have been homeless at one point, without a stable place to sleep. Maybe somebody had been in a shelter, or something like that. Like a place for temporary housing is what I'm picking up for somebody. Yeah. See, in the past, Six of Cups, Definitely picking up in the past. Somebody may have struggled with stable housing. Yeah, Ace of Cups and Empress here. Definitely picking up somebody that has some sort of spiritual blessing, some sort of spiritual favor, and you came back in a state where you are very nourishing, very giving, very caring, very compassionate. And I'm picking up on this red is giving me pomegranate energy. Like you give out a wealth of knowledge, and whatever it is that you're giving people in your community is almost like hungry and ravenous for it. Like some, yes, some maybe not, because it's a choice, right? But for those who see your metamorphosis and your transformation, they are ready to eat from your tree. They want to know what did you do in order to get to where you're at, and they question, they come to you and they seek guidance. Anything else in here, Spirit? Say no. I'm getting speed, moving forward, forward progression, fast moving progression. And here's the wheel, right? The wheel of fortune, change is here. Change for somebody's family, community, and it's all based on that one, that golden child, the one that they would consider the black sheep. This one right here. It's always some negative energy. Black sage, heavy aroma to power, heavy aroma, the power to draw your energy and consciousness into other realms, protection when astral traveling. That's here. Somebody may just not fucking like you. They don't like how you look, how you are confident about yourself. Again, King of Wands energy. This person is somebody that's generally, fairly good looking, charismatic, got the gift of gab, they are attractive, you know what I'm saying? And somebody just don't fucking like you. They don't like your spiritual connection, they don't like your body image, they don't like your confidence. They don't like the fact that you came back on this goody shit and you moving the family forward. They don't like none of that shit. They don't. Haters just to hate. Yeah, they might be talking shit about you online, talking about how you different, how you doing this and doing that, and your mindset, I'm getting you being on some futuristic thinking, so they may poke fun at that you don't think the way that everybody else in the community may think. You're trying to move things forward, so you would definitely be somebody on the outside. The way that you speak is going to be different. The way that you present is going to be different, and they could poke fun at any of that, beloved. I did see a coworker, so I'm not for sure if you got issues at work too. Look, we have desert sage, warm peppery aroma, cleansing, spirit, purifying, boosts inner strength, relieves headaches, ease anxiety, and pleasant thoughts. So I don't know if somebody is still plagued with a sense of anxiety, kind of like almost complex post-traumatic stress disorder. When you grow up with a lot of shit that went on, it's, hard to shake it. You can be healed and moving forward, but that doesn't mean that you don't get triggered by certain events, right? So you may still struggle with a sense of anxiety that comes back intermittently, is what I'm getting for somebody based on triggers and things that are going on around you. So desert sage may be something that's useful. Yeah, own worst enemy. You cause most of your problems or most of the bad things that happen to yourself. I'm getting other people. It could be something in the future, but I'm getting others, right? Like, you understand that most people cause their own problems or the bad shit that happens to them just by, either not observing their own actions, not being accountable to self, not working through the traumas of the past, those types of things. So, again, I'm feeling like your rhetoric and your advice and family is very different. Almost like somebody would almost look at you like you got your nose up to the sky or some shit like that, but I don't feel like you do. I feel like you just heavy on being responsible for you. You heavy on responsible for you. Yeah, take a spiritual bath. It's people around you that sending some negative energy for real. Take a spiritual bath is here. Sage to cleanse your space. You know, I'm getting like maybe, you know, backlash again, flack from other people that, you know, they don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. That's what I just heard. So it's definitely people in your environment that ain't gonna want to be saved. They're gonna want to be. They're gonna be good where they at, what they've been doing, and they don't necessarily want to move forward. They don't. And if you are moving forward and you are helping your family or your immediate community to move forward, I'm really getting heavy on family. You being that one in the family to be different, that breakout child, right? It's a lot of people that ain't gonna want to do that. And rather than them change, they would rather talk shit about you, right? So they're gonna throw a lot of nasty ass fucking energy at you. This one, yeah. See, we see causing you hot and cold body flashes. So somebody might be experiencing body flashes, changes in temperature, changes in your temperament. You know what I mean? It's because people are throwing nasty ass energy at you, beloved. See, competition, always trying to one up you. Definitely competition around you. And we see Mars retrograde, impulsive, rage, anger, hostility, major blowouts, fights, and even violence. And these are some of the things, yeah. Hey, Monica. These are some of the things that you could have experienced or you could be experiencing. We see blocked solar plexus chakra, right? Again, we saw King of Wands come out. Somebody that is known for their confidence, for pride in self, being very charismatic. Somebody that's spiritually adept and tapped in, right? Somebody that's transformational. We see karmic release and radical transformation, but look what they would be trying to block. Authority, your leadership, confidence, courage, your energy, power, pride, respect, and self, right? Transformation, all of this shit that you are trying to do, they will want to block it because there's a bunch of people that don't want to change. And as you are changing, you are holding up a mirror to them. And there's a lot of people that don't want to look in the mirror. They would rather point on the outside versus looking at self, taking accountability, taking responsibility, and say, you know, what can I do to change? If you could do it, then I can do it too. We can all rise together. But some people have that, unfortunately, crabs in a barrel mentality, and they would rather pull you down than to see you rise. This one, yeah, let's get it. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. I appreciate each and every one of you that are sticking through, that is in it. I'm definitely getting a golden child type of energy. We got a couple of things coming out. Hidden message is here. We see triumph is here. Like success is here. We saw the world card come out twice. This one. You are the truth. The truth. That's what spirits say. It's something in here. This one. Clear communication. See, it's something about how you communicate and what you say. It definitely was given that with that King of Swords, right? The Page of Swords. Understanding the truth and being able to communicate it. And look what's behind here. The call. Definitely having a call over your life to be the one, that breakout one. See, you're a leader. Right? And we call that out with the King of Wands. Queen of Wands, the wand energy. Being very inspirational, led by the spirit to lead others out. The ones that are willing to take accountability, the ones that are able to hear it, the ones that are able to receive it and to do the work to move forward, beloved, because everybody ain't going to be willing to go. They're just not. Anything else in here, Spirit say no. I'm hearing a little tarot, and then that's it. So we're going to get some affirmation. See, people being locked up, people being in bondage based on their own mindset is what I'm hearing. Right? And I'm feeling again like you're a person that has a different mindset, a different disposition. Despite what you've been through, despite what you saw, you were able to, change things. Like, no, this doesn't have to be our reality. It just doesn't. Right? I see things differently. I see past what it was. I see past what it is. And I have my mind set on what it could be. And that's how you move. See, Knight of, ooh, King of Pentacles. That's the king. I'm getting money. I'm getting fruitful. I'm getting the ability to sow a seed and, work on building legacy. Yeah. Building legacy. Like somebody that's very mature in terms of the lot that they have sown and understanding the work that it takes to bring it to maturity and be able to harvest and to do that for the family. Whereas you may have experienced, homelessness or somebody in your family or, I'm definitely getting somebody that may have had an instability like that, some sort of loss, right? But you were able to bounce back and come to fullness. I'm getting, again, somebody who could build legacy. Look, Seven of Swords. I'm getting lies and deceit, cheating, all kinds of fuckery with the Nine of Swords. Again, anxiety. Four of Pentacles is here. And this came out. This is the third time it's shown itself. Four of Pentacles. Like where money was scarce or a scarcity mindset. People feeling like they need to hold on to just a little bit. I'm getting somebody that may have, again, developed, something like, I keep seeing CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It is usually something that starts in childhood and it's like multiple events, right? Where people who just have PTSD, they have maybe one triggering event, something major, but complex is like multiple different things and you could be triggered in multiple different ways. Yeah, King of Cups is here. Definitely getting a water sign, or it could be calling somebody to become emotionally balanced. That could be the work that you did. I'm getting relationships could also be a factor. Somebody could have been in relationship with a water sign, something that was supposed to be fruitful. Somebody could have been manipulative and it ended, something that you had to heal from. Yeah. Definitely moving away from that and having to use your intellect, and that definitely is what's going to help your family. Wow. So I'm definitely picking up a couple of things here, like a couple of different things. See, Six of Cups, that has happened in the past. A couple of things that happened in the past that could be affecting you. But at the same time, your purview, your perspective. See, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords is here. It's something about how you see things. High Priestess. Look, with the Ace of Wands. Yeah. See, it's something about your intuition. Secrets being revealed, your knowledge, but you are also very confident, understanding that you have leadership capability. And look, there's that tower again, right? The storms of life. Something that happened that past towers, right? And I'm getting past towers that may have led to your awakening, but it did leave a stain. It is something still there. You are working through it, and as you learn and work through it, you are helping others work through as well. But that doesn't mean you don't still get triggered, because you do. But it's all about how you handle it. And we did see King of Cups, like that could either been a person or you learning how to manage your emotions. Truth. Right? Some sort of clarity. The knowledge that you gain. The ability to be able to walk in your truth, stand in your truth, speak your truth. Right? And as you speak truth to power, you not only speak it to self, you can see self, but you help others see themselves too. Those who are brave enough to take accountability and to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm not going to be my own worst enemy. I'm not going to self sabotage me. What can we do to move forward? What can we do to move as a family, as a community? So that we don't continue the same karma from the past. We can release it, right? We can transform for the betterment of future generations. Futuristic thinking is what I'm getting. Anything else in here, Spirit say no. There's the last energy. Yeah, all of it comes from this, from grief, from brokenheartedness, from a sense of suffering, right? And with these three stories, I'm getting multiple different things, right? It's very complex, right? And you can still feel that grief, the triggering, but I'm feeling like somebody have learned how to manage it and come to balance, tapping into themselves, their intuition, understanding how to use the knowledge of the towers of the storm to move forward, to have some sort of progression. And you're not selfish. You don't hoard it to yourself. You may not be rushing out to like blast it from the rooftops, but if anybody comes towards you, you're definitely going to give them what you know. You're going to feed them. You're going to feed them. And I feel like you are the catalyst for change. You being in this energy, right? Anybody that's looking for a different direction, right? So that they can grow. King of Pentacles, they can prosper, right? Continue to build a legacy, right? Changing the direction of things. But that's only if they are ready and willing to take authority over self. I'm getting full autonomy. Because quite often we can be our own worst enemy. We can. But when we are willing to look in the mirror and take, account for self, and be like, okay, if I change my attitude, I change my perspective, I change my disposition, then these other things won't affect me so much. I can change our direction. I can change our trajectory. And other people will see the fruits of that, and then they will come out and seek, advice from thee, the high priestess of the family, the one that was designed to move differently. Spirit said, you are the truth. And you have a calling. Yeah. It's definitely intoxicating. But again, some people don't want to heal. They don't. But you are designed to be a leader. And as we are all made in divinity, we are all divine beings. But it's all about how are you using your energy? How are you communicating? How are you speaking over self and other selves? Somebody's family is a little bit nasty, they would rather dig into competition, crabs in a barrel type of mentality, right? They don't want to see and recognize that they are their own worst enemy. And instead of taking ownership, they would rather just talk shit about you, weak. But that's of no consequence. You would use that shit the same way that you use everything else to make yourself better. High priestess. Because for the most part, you probably already know that shit, right? I'm getting the world card, moving forward into a whole new cycle, right? Moving to success, moving the family forward, because that's what you were here to do. Yeah. And so if somebody is still experiencing anxiety and stress, maybe kind of think about your triggers, what's triggering you, and kind of get to the root of things is what I'm being given for somebody, right? Like, does it stem from something deeper? For me, I was pissed off, like, why is this person riding my ass? Like, I don't understand. Like, dude, we in traffic. It's like cars in front of me. I can't go nowhere. And he revving up and switching lanes and doing all that stuff. I got so distracted by this person. I missed a fucking restaurant that I was going. I was like, man, I can't. Now I got to get all the way over, go up, go around, come back to go where I'm going. But I still ended up in the spot that I was supposed to be in the first place. It was my destiny to have that spot. is gonna, and I know it, you know. But it was something in that moment that was telling on to me, like, why are you letting this other person's actions affect your own energy? Balance that out. See, where does it come from? Like, why is that irritating you so much where you will miss where you're going? Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Tears of Week's Road Show. Where you show enough, never know what you're going to get, beloved. I ain't know how the Spirit was going to bring together all them ingredients. I'm like, Spirit, I don't know what this is. I'm having experiences. This person done pissed me off. We reading this book on the 48 laws or the laws of human nature. I'm talking about self-sabotage and everything was coming out, but it's so that we can figure out how to unlock ourselves. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I'm so glad it came together for you. But what's locking us up in our head? You know what I mean? I got the Lovers here. For some people, it could be past relationships. It could be head over heart decisions, past conflict. You know, it could be confusion. It could be seeing shit differently. Something for the future, like daydreaming, coming away from the past. Like, it could be so many different layers to this. And when it's complex, beloved, yeah, it could take a long time to unpack it. So if you do get triggered still, give yourself grace. You know what I mean? Give yourself grace. You ain't got to have it all together today. But I feel like somebody is already doing a great job because it's others that will come along. They will see the example that you live by and they will want to know what it is that you're doing and how they could do it too. And the ones that don't want to change, the ones that talk about you, you know what to do. To the next time, y'all. This is your girl Lati here at Tears of Week's Road Show, where you show up, never know what you gonna get. Look, that's that anxiety. Look, some people just don't have no damn love. I'm telling you, this shit is off balance. But we can keep going. We know what that stress is like, and people can be their own worst enemy, bringing stress onto self. But I'm still getting the fact that somebody is dealing with something from the past that's residual, and the Spirit wants you to dig into it so that you can put love over top of this anxiety. Give yourself rest and peace. Healing, beloved. Continue to heal. To the next now. I love you like I love us, because I love the Alpha and the Omega that called us, that made us. Called us to be the infinite intelligence breathing, because the word lives in this day, beloved. It lives in you, and it lives in me. Hey, sis. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. We're getting ready to head on out. We are #replay if you just catching it, Ashe. Yeah, to the next now. This one's done. Ashe.